Hi, I'm Adrian Murley. Welcome to One Heart Church. We here want to empower you to impact your community, and we're about to kickstart our week. So stick around. So glad you joined us. If you haven't done so yet, hit that subscribe button, turn on the notifications so that when we give new content, you're alerted straight away. But this week's scripture, we're going to Hebrews, we're looking at chapter 4, and we're looking at verse 16. I'm actually reading this from the Passion Translation, and it says this: "So now we come freely and boldly to where love is enthroned." I love that. "To receive mercy's kiss and discover the grace we urgently need to strengthen us in our time of weakness." An amazing scripture. In other versions it says, "Now boldly run into the throne of God." And that's an amazing statement just in and of itself. I don't know about you, I've had kids, but generally if you're working, if you're somewhere in your office and you may be an office manager or a boss, generally when people come to your door, they knock before they enter and they just say it's okay and they walk in. But your kids, on the other hand, they don't care. They'll just run in no matter what. And it's an amazing thing when we think about this scripture here, because in a lot of ways, God's saying, you know, the place, my throne room, where I sit in power, which in just that picture of the throne room, just, you know, you see it in so many other scriptures in the Bible. When you get a glimpse into the throne room, it's just an amazing place. But here we're encouraged to run boldly into that. God is inviting us into his throne room. God's saying, don't stand at the door and just knock and say, oh, maybe I won't be able to come in. Maybe he's saying the door's open, come on in. So how do we access that? Well, we access his throne room by prayer. When you pray, do it boldly. Don't hold back. Do it freely. I'm wanting to hear your prayer. I'm wanting to hear what you have to say. And so my encouragement for this week, I know it's been tough over the last couple of weeks, and a lot of people have had things shaken, and a lot of people have had their world just turned upside down. But when you pray this week, after this video, maybe take a moment to pray. I want you to boldly run into his presence. Prayer is the access point to his throne room. See, God has given us so many promises, and they're laid out in Scripture. But we access them by walking in faith and not just holding back, but being confident of that which we know. If we go back a little bit further in this Scripture, back to verse 14, it says this: "So then we must cling in faith to all we know to be true." See, there's things that you know that are true about God. Regardless of what you see in the world, you know God never changes. You know, God always walks with you, that he'll never leave you or forsake you. These are promises we know. And this scripture's encouraged us, hold on to those things that we know that are true, those promises God has given us. So through prayer today, run boldly into it. Let your prayers be bold. The end of that scripture goes, "And we will discover the grace we urgently need to strengthen us in our time of weakness." If you're feeling weak today, can I encourage you to pray and pray boldly to God? He knows what you need. He's willing to answer your prayer. Just be like that little kid that runs into dad's office, knowing that he's going to be embraced by his father. As it said at the start of this scripture, "So now we come freely and boldly to where love is enthroned." I love that. God's throne room is where love exists. And he wants you to experience that. So I'm so glad you joined us today. I hope that's been encouraging. Go out, take on the world, live in the promises you know, and walk it out in faith. Have a great week.